All right, good afternoon, everyone. Excuse me, I got a little bit of tongue tied there. Good afternoon. Basically, going to do our secondary recording for today's broadcast and talking about backing up and how important that is. Um, just so that everybody knows that we did an earlier broadcast talking about the GFI backup option, which is gfi.com. It's the site that you can get it. They have a very, very free and very robust way to back up your files. And simply you use this software, you can use the software, you don't have to, but you can use the software, and it's going to be able to provide you with a lot of great tools to back up your files, as well as your entire computer if necessary. Now, like I said earlier, you're able to, one, back up your entire hard drive if you like, specific folders, specific times, specific days of the week, specific areas, things like that, over a network or on a local hard drive or a CD if you want, or a thumb drive, or even a little small media reader, something like, this here, from an actual hard drive down to a little media reader for certain files. So if you basically want to kind of make it portable or make it just, long-term stationary for your home or your office. Now, this is a wonderful solution. I do need to add a couple things. One, it's great for a business, even though it's a home edition. It's great for a business, reason being you can actually keep a good backup of those important documents or important data documents, such as like maybe if you use QuickBooks, you can back those up in a safe and secure place on once a month, once a week, once a day if you want. Or you can do just, simple documents, invoices, anything that your company needs to back up on a regular basis or once in a while basis for that matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over that one more time. Now, once again, it's called GFI Backup or GFI Home Backup, 2009 that is, Home Edition. And you're able to pretty much use this interface very, very easily. You don't have to worry about any complicated installs, any complicated processes and things of that nature. You can simply just back it up. Now, I'm going to post up this on YouTube with the short abridged version that is. So this way it can be kept for long term on YouTube as well. They'll be in about maybe 10-minute segments. They only limit us to 10 minutes, so please forgive the minimal use of YouTube there on time-wise. But I'll post it up as quickly as possible. Now, for anybody who does need to back something up, who has never backed anything up rather, and they need to, I want you to go to gfi.com right now. Okay, gfi.com, and go ahead and download the actual free version of their backup software. There's no spyware, no spam, no nothing like that. They don't, require all this information about you or your computer or your surroundings. They just basically say, hey, here's the software, download. If you want the upgraded version, you can go ahead and purchase it, but it's not necessary. Okay. Now, the importance of backing up. For catastrophe purposes, you don't want to lose all your data. Be it financial, be it personal, photos, music, whatever it might be, you want to keep it intact. So please, if you don't back it up by dragging and dropping it yourself once a week or once a month, use this type of software. Now, on another note, now there are a bunch of other different options out there. Now, this is not the end of all things. I mean, you can use this, you can use other pieces of software in order to make sure you have a backup copy. Now, like I mentioned before, we used to do the old style backup where we would take either a regular standard CD, okay, regular CDR for see it there, and then we also take possibly a DVD here, okay. This holds about 700 megs, a standard CDR. This holds about 4.5 gigs. Big difference, even though they're the same size. Now on the hard drive, you're going to have the option to, back up a whole lot more because you got a whole lot more space on that hard drive. So what you would do typically is either you would manually drag and drop those files and folders, or you would get some kind of Windows automated software to back up those files and folders, right? Like that worked very well. And then you also get a third-party option for doing that. Now, a lot of people tend to, if they change machines, let's say if you change from one laptop to the next because it's old, outdated, and you need to basically kind of move your favorites from your old to your new. It's still intact, there's nothing wrong with it, but you need to move it. How would you do it? Would you know where to look? Most people don't. With this software, you can actually take it, and plus others, you can take it and kind of back up a certain section, be it your registry, which is very important for staying on the same computer, for your favorites, your Windows settings, things of that nature, and also other files, blindly files that you might want to take care of. Now you can back up that registry, your favorites and your internet settings on your, say, your main desktop or laptop, and then once you get your new one, you install the software again for a GFI backup, and you basically restore what you've saved as a backup, be it on a CD or a hard drive or whatever. Now that right there is a very easy way to transfer from point A to point B, and you don't have to worry about remembering what folder was it in, see my documents, documents and settings, internet favorites, things like that. No, forget all of that. One click, save to a CD or save to a zip drive or whatever it might be to transport it from one to the other and restore it, and that's it. So it makes it very simple. Now a lot of people have had issues before with saving stuff with a file transfer type of file backup system itself, and they can't find it anymore, and they don't know where to go to, they don't know where to save it. There's two ways that you can do this that I suggest. One, having a master hard drive on your desktop, possibly, or a USB or a FireWire drive. Have that on your computer, be it a laptop or a desktop. For a desktop, I suggest having a internal hard drive for speed purposes. You don't want to have a lot of lag time for the data transfer. For a laptop, your only option is a USB or a FireWire drive. FireWire is better, faster connection. Please use that if you have it. If you don't, USB 2.0 is the best bet after that. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure you get the largest possible size you can afford, starting at maybe anywhere from 160 gigs and up if you can afford it, to a 500 gigs. If you can afford that much, go ahead and do it. Pricing can be, going from maybe $100, maybe $89 up to, a couple of $100 depending upon your size, the manufacturer, and all that other good stuff. So once you've gotten that dedicated drive just for backup purposes, make sure you use it just for backup purposes. Don't start putting your music files and personal files in there just as you drag and drop or download programs. Keep it for a backup purpose so you can actually keep it for that specific. You don't fill it up prematurely, so to speak, and then when you want to go to back something up, you don't have enough space. Now, this goes for people who do like to either transpose their CD collections, if you have any CDs anymore, a CD collection from your physical CD to your desktop or to your computer rather, for long-term storage or playing in iTunes or any other popular MP3 player or music player. You can back it up to that drive for that purpose. Good thing to do. Just don't use, don't put 5,000 CDs or things like that on there. And if you're going to do it for DVDs, you might want to get at least a terabyte worth of space, at least, if you want to back up your movie files and so forth. Now, once you've done that, basically you want to go to make sure you download it, you transpose it to your hard drive, leave it there. Don't go editing it and messing with it and moving around, things like that. Leave it right where it's at. Now, once you make the changes, once you make the actual transition or copy from your original to that particular hard drive, you're set. You're done. There's nothing else for you to do but hope that nothing ever happens, that you got to go to it. But if it does happen, guess what? You have that backup copy. Now, another important thing for backups is going to be having a good surge protector. I didn't mention this before, but having a good surge protector on that desktop or that laptop is going to be important. I'll give you, for instance, over here where I'm at, secret location. We had a nice little storm, that electrical storm basically, that was raining and thundering and all that other good stuff, and they basically fried my motherboard on my desktop. Now I was quite upset, I must say. Now at the time I thought it was on a pretty good surge protector. Yeah, it was on a pretty good surge protector, at least I thought, but for some reason it just wouldn't start properly. Did everything that I could possibly think of to try and fix it and make sure it worked properly after that storm. Nothing worked. Got new memory. Tested out the processor, make sure the processors were okay. Things like that. It just was not working properly. So I had to end up actually footing the bill to get another motherboard and another processor, more memory, and reinstall Windows and all that other good stuff. Now, I wasn't very happy about that, and I didn't have a backup of certain things. I didn't lose very much, actually, because it didn't affect my hard drive at all, but all I did was lose some money because of the fact of the surge. Now, I could have had a serious hard drive failure, at least on one or more of the hard drives I have. I have like 3 of them inside this particular computer. Now, one of those hard drives was kind of a weak hard drive, and they just took very nastily, if that is a word, to that storm, to that electrical surge that it got. I really would have been screwed if I didn't have any kind of backup to it. So, all in all, basically all I had to do was to make sure that I had that backup.